Hey, great Saturday morning. Sorry. It's kind of a weird deal. I actually was here on time. Good morning. Good morning. Had a quick restroom emergency. So that's why I almost got in here a minute late. Almost. But I sure as heck didn't. It's an awesome Saturday morning. Waiting to see if Sam is going to show up. Este, if not, we'll wing it by ourselves. Actually, I was going to send Roman a message just to see if he wanted to come on because he got called out last night, and I thought that was kind of interesting. And see if he has anything to respond. Had a great show yesterday. A great show. I think one of the things that I think a lot of people take for granted is that we do our best to try and get different individuals on. Actually, an open invitation to anyone that wants to come on and has something to say. And I greatly appreciate Dr. Juana Cabrera. Cantu Cabrera? I can't remember. I appreciate her coming on and willing to come on. Again, it's not an easy show to come on. And I know a lot of people were out there saying, oh, Erasmo, let her talk, let her talk. I'm going like, have you not seen this show? Have y'all not been here from the start? Look, guys, I do my best to try to talk, but some of the stuff that was being mentioned and said last night, I mean, even amazed me to a certain degree. And again, I appreciate the fact that everyone out there may have their opinion. But one of the things that I've always stated, I have this thing is that where I'm very particular with I'm very particular with and to special needs children. To me, there's nothing greater, more powerful in this world than special needs children. And I think that part of the conversation that we were having last night, it kind of was like anti special needs children, and it bothered me a little bit as the because again, I am very pro uh, special needs kids, and and when I made mention in regards to that um, Navarro chick that went on all those news sources stating that special needs kids should be aborted, while in the mothers, in the moms. It's not my thing. Hey Sam,
Hey, how's it going, man?
but I do agree with Dr. Juana that Saturday
I know
Theater.
what you say.
Why did you come on last night, man?
I loved seeing you tortured.
It was
I
a
was loving it, bro. I was loving it.
it was a great show. I thought it was hilarious. It was awesome. As
It
that
was a funny show and an interesting show.
it was interesting. And, it's crazy because I had a conversation with Dr. Barrera, Dr. Juana afterwards, and she goes, "Oh, I hope I wasn't too." I said, "No, no, 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 no. We like that.
Yeah.
we like the diversity, and it's healthy, man. It's healthy to have
Well,
those
that's how you
conversations."
kind of like iron things out, you know? You start seeing like other points of views, not just yours and whatever like somebody's feeding you, you know? You start seeing other people's point of view and you start seeing like, hey, you know what? It kind of makes sense or it doesn't, or it still doesn't make sense. But it's good. You know, it's good. It's always good to have some sort of debate.
It is, and it was good. I love Dr. Juana. I do. I appreciate her. Este, and we're all a little bit on the different side, and
Yeah.
some of us a little bit more far gone than others. But I still like, look, guys, I like Roman. I tolerate Roman, and a lot of people have told me like, Erasmo, why? I go like, because he's Roman.
Que lo pones.
I've heard
I
that, and I go like, because he's Roman. I mean, that's just who he is. You
yeah.
just need to understand he's nuts. Uh, have you seen my new girl?
No. Oh, I think you did posted it. An orange, yellowish one. No. Oh, that's a new one. Is the other one still? Is that for like the office or what?
This is my office kid, and she's going crazy over a damn play mouse, which is something that my other girls ni les vale. My other girls les compraba todos los mendigos toys in the world, and they never liked them. But this little girl is loving them, and she's on my foot, on my leg right now. She's just jumping all over the place. Está loca, está loca. But not as loca as Roman.
Yeah,
But
I know. It's like what I was telling you, like way in the beginning of this topic, how they're like we understand that there's some sort of exemptions, you know,
of course,
some sort of certain like conditions or certain like scenarios where you're like, you know what, it is best, you know, for the better of the person medically or the situation or whatnot. But to be like just doing an abortion every time you get pregnant just because you're out there with one another or whatever, or just because you don't want to use protection. But there's a lot of like uh I guess sources or different ways of contraception out there for it to be like that should be like already like the last resort type of deal.
I agree. And again, look, and I understand that there's a lot of very, very sensitive, uh, you know, cases out there.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's what most folks
Hey,
are
I don't
talking
know if
about.
you see your ad about the abortion, but it's a doctor explaining how the abortion happens. Have you
You're
seen it or no?
joking. Uh-uh.
You have not seen it. Okay,
Never.
so there's this lady. It's a it's an old white lady. She's a doctor, and she's like, okay, this is talking about like abortion clinics or something like that. It's like this is what's gonna happen. They're gonna poke like inside your uterus, and then they're gonna put like a tube which acts as a vacuum, and then it shows you how it vacuums um, the baby, or some people like to call it bacteria, but the baby. But it just shows it how it just chops it up into pieces. You know, it will suck it through there, and if it can't, like, it has so much suction power that it would just like it would just pick it up like a mucus, like a type of deal. But it shows you all that, and then they have to account for like the head, the head, the spine, and like the both arms and both legs. They have to make sure. Maggie was right. Like they have to make sure that everything in there is cleaned out, that nothing's left inside because you can get an infection. And they explain all of that. And I guess that's part of the whole education part. Like you got to educate yourself of what are your risks that are out there
I,
of doing such procedures.
it sounds horrible.
Yeah.
But again, I, when you said that
Well,
last night,
in other words, in the same by the same token, enjoy your breakfast, people.
uh, 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 chiles, huevos a la mexicana, maybe not today. Huevos en salsa, con salsa, I'll pass today. But let me say that I think that when you mentioned it last night that hey, there's a abortion commercials coming out on your show, I thought like, no, no puede ser. But I wonder if there's just algorithms out there that once you start
Depending
talking
on
about,
what you talk about, you know,
yeah,
depending on what comes up in your show or the videos.
yeah, and I think that that's what happened. I mean, they caught on to some of the words we were mentioning, and then all of a sudden, Este, all of a sudden we're getting abortion ads on the show. That's crazy, man. But you know
But
what?
it's more like an educated video, though. It's telling you like not only that it's an option, but it's telling you like the process and the risks because it tells you like, hey, there's pros and cons to this, but this is what's going to happen to you.
Uh, good morning. Good morning. Good. Let me see. Good for the comments. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nice shirt. Thank you. It is an amazing shirt.
Oh,
What's one of
thank
my
you.
favorite shirts?
I thought it was me.
I'm nothing like you. Imagine Roman and Doctor on the same show. You would have to mute microphones like they did to something by you. Let me tell you, uh, Doctor Juana wants to have Roman on the show, and
Are you serious?
huh?
Are you serious, or are you just joking?
No, she said that last night. I don't know. You heard? She said, "Yeah, bring him on."
But it's because like when she's on, she needs to have her facts. That's the last comment you forgot to read, Erasmo, and I know you saw it.
Well, I
That
actually
was
shared
like
the different facts that people were out
when
there
she started
sharing.
mentioning about like the Hispanics being like I guess the top tier of people having abortions. I'm like, let me fact check this, and it wasn't. And then she's like, oh, here in the Valley or here in Brownsville, like of course it's like 95, 96%
That's
Hispanic.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, and it's kind of weird because when she said that, and then Maggie was trying to defend her, going like, "Oh well, maybe she was referring to Texas." Going like, she didn't say that. She said that
Even in Texas, based on the
yeah,
stats for
even
Texas, it's still not Hispanics.
just our culture, Sam. Our culture doesn't buy well for that. It's not in our culture. Now there might be a lot of newer Mexicans out there, and what's really trippy is that a lot of those newer Mexicans don't even consider themselves Mexican.
I was
You
about to
know,
tell you that it's more like Mexican American type of people that might already be leaning towards, I guess, left. But if like old school people, like first generation, who are still have Mexican backgrounds, are more conservative towards that.
so towards everything. And see, this is one of the reasons why, and I think one of the reasons why a lot of folks have taken the Hispanic vote for granted, because a lot of people thought like, oh, automatically they're going to vote for Democrats. Once individuals were able to start to get informed about what exactly platforms were, and I think we have social media to thank for that. That social media has allowed for individuals to go like, "What the hell is going on?" And where the leftists completely lose Hispanics is a lot of their core value platforms, like abortion, like border security, it just completely loses. The sanctity of family and stuff. They just completely loses education, everything, and this is what's really very upsetting, because upsetting that they would take us for granted, is the kind of comforting to know that a lot of Hispanics are coming out of the closet, coming out of that little closet they were in. One of the things that I think that Maida's win has done is that I've started to see a lot of folk be a little bit more vocal about being leaning towards more the Republican side. I'm not saying that they're Republican. I don't think Hispanics definitely need to associate themselves with a party in order to feel comfortable.
I
Este,
think it's more like leaning towards the conservative side.
exactamente. I learned a lot from Maggie's experience. Yeah, Maggie's amazing. Women and girls are pressured into abortion more so than exception cases. It is really hard to imagine that all the forced way women and girls are forced into abortion when they want to keep their baby. Yes. And a lot of it has to do because a lot of these organizations, Sam, like Planned Parenthood and everything, they want to keep their funds.
Yeah,
You know,
I saw
they,
that I guess the group age that was like the highest was like females in their 20s. And I guess it's the whole, I guess, college experience when you're like everything's just going so quick that stuff happens. Or maybe there were like incidents like or a bunch of stuff happens when in the frat parties and stuff. Well, I'm not too sure if that's the case, but I did see that the age group that was the highest was 20-year-olds, and Hispanic was not up there as far as like the ethnic group.
yeah, it did make sense, and that's why I told her, I said, "Bro, bring your facts." And I'm glad that a lot of people went out there. I think Joe Valdez was one of the first ones to say, "Yeah, no."
Yeah, I sent it to you in the message before put it.
Yeah, so you said it
FYI.
first.
I sent
You
it
said,
first.
you said it first. I figured you had. I just, it was just so on point last night that I just didn't have time to go look at the messages. Como el taco de chicharrón, ya no sabe.
uh,
Sam has a
you
way
buy,
of doing that.
buy into that little heart piece.
Es más sabroso. Oh my, that's what last night's show. I thought I was watching The View. It was fun. It was a good show.
But you should have mentioned something or commented something, Emily.
It was fun.
I don't recall her, so, but it's good. It's good, always good to have some sort of debate. That way we see their point of view. But now
Yeah.
we're starting out there seeing like, hey, you know what? Exemptions, certain cases, like it's understandable, and that's what we're trying to say. Like we're not trying to say like, oh, have the baby, even though you're risking your life. We're not trying to say that.
Yeah,
If it's
no,
risking
no.
your life, and you want to make that choice, like it's either yours or the baby's. And then it's understandable. But if it's like, oh, every 3 months you're having an abortion, like what it, those are the cases that I'm personally against.
And let me tell you guys, I know a lot of women who would choose the baby's life before their life. But they completely lost me when they were talking about getting rid of special needs children. Lost me. I have absolutely no tolerance for individuals that agree that special needs children should be aborted. Good
Because
morning.
that's just a gateway to like finding any little excuse on the baby to like snip, you know. It'll start out with like Down syndrome, and like you were saying yesterday about like, oh, okay, well, then the next step will be like people who you already know that they're autistic or something, and then the next thing you know, like, oh, well, he's missing a limb or something. Like, okay, just snip. And like, where is it gonna stop? It was the same thing with the trimesters. At first, it was the first trimester, then they were pushing it and then pushing it, and now it's like, oh, 5 minutes before the
The birth.
delivering the birth, you're trying to say that it's okay to like snip.
Well, and then what happens, Sam, is like, we found out that it has,
Who's the baby's voice? You know, you're trying to speak your voice and you're fighting for it, but
yeah,
who's the baby's voice?
yeah, they find out, the baby's gonna have brown eyes. Ah, no, no, uh, terminated. We wanted blue eyes. We found out through the genes that the baby is only going to grow to be 5'3", 5'4". Oh no, terminated. We want a 6 foot baby. I mean, not that it's born at 6 feet, but could grow into being a 6 foot baby.
¿Te das cuenta que es del otro?
Del Sancho. Doc mentioned the Texas Tribune as source. I'd like to see those numbers, and that's all I asked, MaxiPad. All I asked was, give us those numbers. You
I
know,
think
and
what they meant, as far as what I had read, they said that the only numbers they have is up until 2019. I'm not, I didn't read anything after that. But as far as what I was reading there and it was the same source that El Gallo was saying. Um, and it was like up until 2019, and it was the same numbers and everything.
yeah, I mean, again, all I asked for was just show. I'm going to
But
disagree with
don't
it.
say, oh, in Brazil, the majority are Hispanic having abortions.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's not
like,
happening.
well, the majority of Hispanics are drivers too, and the majority of consumers are Hispanic too. Like everything's a majority Hispanics in Brazil.
100%. I see. Where did you buy your T-shirt? At a thrift store. I buy all my clothes, mostly all my clothes at thrift stores, except this week I bought me two pair of expensive shoes. Where do you make so? Where do they make so many babies? In Sam's bedroom.
Mhm.
A lot of babies are made in Sam's household. Everyone is making
Was it?
love. There's different ways to make love, baby. I would have commented, Sam, but I think I was too stunned. The only thing I agree with the guest on is that Maggie should use her title of doctor. I agree 100%. This is mind blowing. No, we aim to please. Good morning. Question for Sam. What ethnicity is the highest that have abortions?
I'm gonna pull it up from the message that I sent to Erasmo because I did send it.
I think you said
I sent it
white.
to the group.
I think. Oh yeah,
Huh?
I think you said white folk. No, were the ones that were more abortiony.
It says the majority of abortions are for women in their 20s, and then women of color have the most abortions. That's all it says. And then it says um, among the 30 areas that reported race by ethnicity data for 2019, non-Hispanic white women and non-Hispanic black women accounted for the largest percentage of all abortions. 33.4% for non-Hispanic white and 38.4% non-Hispanic black women.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I. And again, I hadn't seen the numbers. I hadn't seen the numbers, but that's exactly what I had figured that it was African American women and white women that would have the most number of abortions, not Hispanics. It's
It
just not
says,
enough. Back in the coat
no,
hanger days and illegal abortions that caused women's death, they were horrible, and that should never have happened. Cindy, I completely agree. And let me say that a lot of individuals out there, whose life was in danger, they should have had access to health care, and they didn't, where they could make the choice in those special circumstances. But if you're going to go out there and put a coat hanger, you know, into you just to kill your baby, then you shouldn't have had the pregnancy to begin with.
like there's so many contraceptions nowadays. Like even because I know they even commented like, oh, some people find out like 1 or 2 months in. What do you do then? Because you can't do the plan B like 2 months in. Um, but like you said, there's also responsibility. Like it does say here, like the majority of that were having abortions were like unmarried women, and then and it says the majority were already. It says majority of women who were our mothers. Like they already had like a previous child. But there's lots of facts on that one, and that's erlc.com, in case anybody's wondering.
Originally, Margaret Sanger wanted to control population of African Americans. That's 100% correct. And it's kind of a weird, it's kind of a weird deal. Like uh, the purpose of starting all this was to hurt the minorities, to decimate the African American community. And it's trippy now that the African American community is the highest percentage of individuals that have abortions. But again, that's the audience that they've been catering to for so long, all the way from the start. Married women have abortions when they get pregnant from the Sancho. Do you know any cases? Not personally, but let me tell you.
Thinking the same thing, not personally.
Papa don't preach. I'm in trouble deep. Papa don't preach. But I made up my mind. I'm not killing my baby. How about we ban Viagra? I don't care about Viagra. Let me tell you, uh, I'm at that point where nothing helps. Nothing, absolutely nothing helps. I'm still 2.3, 2.5, 2.5 minutes, and I'm okay. Sam needs a vasectomy. He has 9 babies, right? I think it's 10 now.
Going on 11.
He's trying to make it a dozen. He wants to be like Israel.
Hey, but it's not killing babies. A person who doesn't have a voice.
No Viagra. No Viagra isn't not natural. Well, yeah, I agree.
There's other natural things. If
Af-
you're
af-
going that route, the people will find their ways.
Aphrodisiacs. Let me tell you, este, I don't to get into that type of mood. I don't need Viagra. I just need two white Russians.
To We're speaking of the drink, right?
And I'm
We're talking about the drink, right?
or maybe. Yeah, two white Russians. Drink me two white Russians, and who needs Viagra? Sam, get a football team.
No, man.
Oh, he's already got a soccer team and uh, and a basketball team. You know, maybe he's going for football too. He wants to dominate the sports world. Madonna can't keep her baby. Madonna can't keep her baby because it's not a baby. Remember, fetus bacteria. My lord, it was a good conversation that other night as well. Alba, what do you think about those females that are get pregnant but are changing into males? Um, People can do whatever the hell they want to do. I have no issue with individuals wanting to declare themselves female who were born male. More power to them. Or individuals that were male want to be considered female, or vice versa. I think I said that. Este, more power to them. And again, one of the disagreements. And look, guys, and for a lot of you all, sound mind. I'm sure I don't know if he's listening or she's listening, but one of the things they say, oh well, you're just pandering to the right. One of the Roman is the kind of person that panders to the right. And let me tell you, when Roman comes out here and starts saying about,
He panders.
let me tell you, he panders. And panders en una manera descarada. No la despista el vato. And let me tell you guys, when he starts coming out and saying like, well, people, gay people shouldn't get married. We're like, no, I'm going to 100% disagree with you. Let me tell you, if anybody wants to marry anybody they want, more power to them. If anybody wants to sleep with anybody they want, more power to them, guys. I have absolutely no issue with it whatsoever. What an individual wants to do in the privacy of their home and whatever makes them happy, more power to them,
The
guys.
thing people don't understand is like what's wrong is like when you start infringing on somebody else's rights.
Yeah,
And that's what this abortion is all about. You're infringing on the baby's rights. Like
exactamente.
you have
But
the right.
but let me tell you, in the privacy of your own home, dale gas, man. More power to you. Any which way, any which position you want. And let me say, I've actually got a little bit of feedback from some individuals in regards to our stance in regards to Brian Martinez and Mr. Roy Los Santos. Look, guys, I don't care. And let me clarify this real quick because some people were saying, well, you're saying that they're out there having sex. And never said that. What I said is, I don't care if they are. Let me make this very clear. I don't care if they are. It's not important to me if they did, they are, or they're going to. I don't care. What upsets me is the relationship, which actually got the individual all these little positions that was definitely not qualified for. That's one. Two, the only reason that they got them was because they were out there, getting jiggy with it. I don't care for that. And by that, I mean because of the relationship. And that is something that I've been very, very consistent with. I don't care what people sleep with who. But let me tell you, I am going to care if because of you're out there, being friends with a commissioner or a judge or anybody else, you start to get all these little perks that should be going to the most qualified individual in the city of Brownsville, then I am going to get pissed off. You know? And I don't, and look, Brian could be a female and I'd still be pissed off, equally pissed off, because I don't care. I don't care if he's a guy. I don't care if he's a girl. I don't care if he doesn't know what he is. And let me
Like
tell
if
you,
you're going to be giving out perks and jobs like that, it has to be
exact-
even across the board.
exactamente. And let me tell you, part of it, Sam, is like, they started off, you know how much they plan to pay him? $75,000, Sam.
75.
$75,000. Who the hell makes $75,000 in the city of Brownsville? And for what? For sleeping
Not the
around?
teachers.
Eh?
Not the teachers.
Not teachers, not anyone. I mean, he's getting paid as much as a county commissioner. As a county commissioner.
Not even the correctioner's office officers, the COs from the county.
What, $29,000, $32,000? I mean, honestly, to every single police officer out there, do you make $75,000? And let me tell you, y'all blow on some horns. Unfortunately, some other people have to blow something else. And that's what pisses me off. Y lo hacen tan a lo descarado.
And you know what might happen? You just give it a couple of years, it'll be there on the resume, and they'll just jump boat to a different city.
Well, that's what they've all done. And look, at the end of the day, but what, for this kid, as long as he's cozying up to the commissioner or anybody else out there, guys, why leave? You got a cushy job,
But
you know,
75,000, bro. That must be
70
some good stuff.
for a 20. The guy must be doing something right. Let me tell you. Yeah, I'm a little bit on the jealous side. $75,000. I mean, was it that good? Good job, Sam.
Apoyón, como dices.
Algo try, you know. Now I'm curious, It's, now I'm curious. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Your opinion on transgender people using the bathroom of choice? I don't care. Let me tell you guys, I've done this and I will continue to do this. If I need to go take a dump or a piss and I cannot wait, and the
You're willing.
only restroom that's out there is a female restroom, you better believe I'm going to walk into that little skirt, little drawing where it's supposed to be for women only. I don't care. So I don't care.
Even at that age, though, you can still hold it.
I can't hold it.
But there's also like family restrooms and stuff like that. But
Yeah, no, I don't care. People can use any restroom they want. Use it. I don't think they should. I don't even think that they should have men and female restrooms. Just have restrooms. Entrale.
it's
You
not the
know.
same when it comes to like when you're taking the kids to the restroom. That's the thing. That's where they're trying to draw the line.
But that's
Like
why.
if you're in a bar, you're in a club. Like because I know
Dale
in
gas.
Austin,
In Austin,
I know in Austin, like it's
free for
all
all.
free for all.
Free for all. But
But
even
let's say you're in a doctor's office or whatnot. Uh,
whatnot. But even then, Sam, don't let your kids go to the bathroom by themselves.
yeah.
Again, I don't know what world
Like
everybody.
at what age do you stop letting them? Until what age do you stop going with them?
Well,
If
again,
they're 10 years old, 12 years old, still taking them to the
still take the
female
kids.
restroom?
Sure, take your kids to the restroom. And if you have an issue with your kid going constantly to the restroom, then keep them home. But I think every parent should go a couple. I mean, look at the times that we live in. Every parent should go accompany the kids to the restroom. Now, look, Sam. So you're going to send the kid you're going to send your 10-year-old into the men's bathroom. What, people don't know that there's men out there that are going
No,
to,
no, no, no. I know. I'm talking about like I understand when it's like the dad goes with the son. I'm talking about like when the mom goes with the son or when the dad takes the daughter to the restroom. That's what I'm talking about. Like until what age do you take like let's say me as a father taking like I don't my daughter to the restroom,
well,
whatever. Or in this case, it will be like my wife taking my son to the restroom. Like right now he's 12, so like does she still take him to the female restroom? And there's other like little girls there putting that in, like make other girls uncomfortable.
well, again, let them go to any bathroom they want. I don't care. Just parents, make sure that you're out there taking your kids to the restroom or supervising even if you have to stand in there, and then it creeps other people out that somebody's just standing around there, but you're waiting for your kid. Wait for your kid who don't
Yeah.
care. In other words, you have seen them having sex. No. But if there's a video out there, I'd like to, I wouldn't mind receiving it.
Oh God, no.
What happened with Roy? We don't know. I wish women didn't get abortions and were more responsible, but making it illegal is regressive. Again, in the state of Texas, it's going to happen. We have a very, very conservative state. It's going to happen. And again, look, guys, uh, if one of the things that I'm very proud of a lot of people from California and from New York is they decide to leave their state. People from New York tend to go to Florida. People from California tend to come to Texas for financial reasons because we don't have state tax, because a lot of the liberties, because we're so pro business, whatever you want. Look, guys, I'm not I'm not upset if people want to say, you know what, hell, you know, all those Californians coming over to Texas, let's all go to California and have abortions. I mean, try living in a socialist state. Not going to like paying $8 a gallon of gas. Not going to like that your cities are, infested with individuals doing drugs on the
But
sidewalk.
you know what I've noticed lately, man? They're not even going to. They're not only going to Texas. They're going like all over the place. And I've talked to people from like like different states, and everybody's mad about it. Like people from Arizona, people from Colorado, like because they're literally moving out of California, uh, for whatever is the reason. But everybody's like, I haven't found one person that likes people from California.
Nope. How many sex positions are there? Also, I have no clue. Let me tell you, you're asking the wrong person. You ask an individual who is well versed on the subject. You ask an individual who has knowledge about the subject. Let me tell you, anything in regards to sex, you're asking the wrong person. Erasmo is horrible at
You can
sex.
Google it, just like Erasmo.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, I'm sure you don't want to do that. But let me tell you, you're asking the wrong person. Erasmo's horrible, horrible at sex. Good morning. Good morning. $75,000 hire Sam.com.
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine,
I do
Sam,
about
earning?
any.
Can you imagine earning $75,000, Sam? I mean, look, for you,
Well, it
Sam.
depends. The thing is that what exactly is he doing?
Well, we know exactly what he's doing, but
Yeah, as
let me.
far as his like MIDI cultural, because he's with the MIDI cultural district, right? Or is
Yeah,
he
it's
with
cool.
Haiti
Yeah, it's with
Foundation?
one of those two again. Don't send your attorney out after me. I don't know. I don't care. But let me say this, guys. Este, Sam, can you imagine $75,000 for you, Sam, that have 12 kids? It'd be great. It'd be a good little cushion, no? Can you imagine for someone
It
that's
would
single?
start to make a cushion, yes.
Well, that's how it started. But let me tell you,
Sometimes battles.
can you can you imagine $75,000, Sam, for a single individual? No, but shut
Yeah.
up. It's a fortune, Sam. It's like three times that amount. You know, Sam. Where are you citing your stats on the demographics of race by women?
Let me show you the.
¿Qué quieres?
That's the website.
ERLC. Google it, Papa. I can't wait for the Juana versus Roman show. Let me tell you, I'm excited about it too. It'd be interesting.
Same here. Hey, but don't do it on Fourth of July because everybody is gonna be busy, like with their fireworks or stuff.
Maybe that'd be a good time to bring everybody on to see the real fireworks.
I don't know. I
We'll
don't know.
see. We'll talk to Roman. Sam, I would say if she can clean herself, you stand outside until they're finished.
Yeah, what I do is just do the family restroom thing. But
I didn't
that's
even
just
know.
me personally.
I didn't even know they had a family restaurant. I have family members from California that I don't like. You're a smart man. Good morning. Good morning. Have a blessed day, Rene. Gabriel. I love Gabriel. Hola, Gabriel. ¿Cómo estás?
Hey, how'd that Friday thing go?
Huh?
Didn't they have like that first Friday thing yesterday?
Huh? Uh, I don't know.
Weren't you by downtown or bridge yesterday?
I was yeah, but I didn't go. Let me tell you, I was actually doing a lot of well, I was doing the weddings and then talking to some other people, and I thought, maybe I should just go darle la vuelta, but I decided not to.
Yeah.
I decided not to. Uh, did you have hear about anything how good it was or anything?
No, I was just seeing the Los Santos post about like the bar hopping thing. And I know that some people were kind of like questioning him about like, dude, should you be bar hopping if you have a charges? I
DWI.
don't know if it's DUI or DWI, whatever it may
I
be.
think he's already off of it, and
But
again, because I think last time I talked that he was almost off of it, and again, more power to him. I hope that's the case. It's that, again,
like for whatever reason, like you never know if he's a designated driver or not. So
again, yeah, I don't know, but more power to him. More power to him, and I hope that that he could get that taken care of. Um, Sam, any plans for the 4th of July?
No, not yet. I don't want to make plans until I get home.
Huh?
I'm not making any plans until I get home.
Awesome. I don't know who the hell is sending me a message, and I think I just messed up. God Almighty. Gosh Almighty.
You just agree to something.
Huh? You know what's
You just
weird?
agree to something.
Someone sent me a message, and I think that they're. I probably just got in trouble. Uh, Someone was sending me a message. I don't want to put the name of the person, but then if they're watching the show, I was going like, I don't know who the hell is sending me send a message, and the voice thing was on and recorded, and I sent it accidentally. I don't know who's sending me messages.
Oh, I hate that you cannot retract messages like from both sides. Yeah, you can delete it on yours, but it won't retract it from their side.
Who the hell? I don't have no idea. I have no idea. It was a mess up. Este, good morning, Raymond. Good morning. So, I am planning to este, not do anything for the 4th of July. I'm going to the island today to do a wedding, and then tomorrow I'm going to church. Sam, you going to come to church with us tomorrow?
I don't get there till tonight. No, tomorrow. I get there tomorrow.
Oh, well, I'm going to go to church tomorrow. My dentist is coming, so he's going to be with me at church tomorrow, and then we're going to. ¿Qué estás haciendo, marrana? And then we're going to the island. We're going to spend the day at the island, but then I have to come back
Mhm.
for church in the afternoon.
Hey, weren't you? Didn't you post that there was like something regarding like you're gonna do something for the kids across Matamoros?
Yeah, one of the things you know we one of the things that God Almighty, one of the things that we were having is we have the conferencias, the 19, 20, and 21. So during the conferencias, we're going to get these like brincolines. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, those
Yeah,
air
we're gonna
jumper
get.
things.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure you know, but we're gonna get brincolines. We're going to have like a vacation Bible school for a bunch of kids out there. So again, it's more than anything is to encourage kids that are in the area to come on over. One of the things that I did for the jóvenes is I got them a couple of prizes, like some TVs and stuff, so that they give out as prizes. I'm great that way. I totally agree. Well, Sam, have a great weekend.
All right, man.
So when will you be back? Sunday?
Yeah.
Have a great one. Guys, have a great weekend. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer, still you know that. Not God bless. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me.
And you better get
Adios.
your facts before Monday.
Yes.